Greetings, Olof here. So this is a game called A Forgotten City, which is I think a mystery game set in the Roman world, and that is pretty much all that I know. So, and as you can see here, like this is gonna be heavily story based. So if this is a game that you're planning to play it before you watch anybody's playthrough of it, it's gonna ruin the experience for you otherwise. So there's a warning for that. That's from developers. This game was developed by a core team of 3 people over 4 years. Oh, that's impressive. This is a mystery adventure with multiple endings. It involves thoughtful conversation, exploration, not brute force. Present day. I think this is gonna be good. It's got like, really good reviews.
Hey, you're alive. When I dragged you out of the river, I thought you were never gonna wake up. I checked your pockets for ID, a phone, maybe. I hope you don't mind. But all I found was some loose change. So, wanna tell me who you are?
Sexual body type. Oh, it's just male or female. I am playing with a controller here, but I think you could play this very well with just mouse and keyboard.
Well, it's nice to meet you. And I'm sorry to pry, but any idea why you were floating down the river? What's the last thing you remember?
I was searching for ancient ruins. I was on a covert mission. I was on the run from the law. I barely remember anything. Oh, so there's different classes? Archaeologist. Years of studying history gives you occasional insights into the ancient world. A soldier. You have a military issued firearm with only 10 bullets. You have to use them judiciously. There's no way to get more. Fugitive. Your time on the run from authorities has made you quick on your feet. You're 25% faster when sprinting. I don't remember anything. Amnesiac. Recent head trauma has increased your pain threshold. You gain 50% harder to take it down. Like, for some reason I believe that most people would pick this. Barely remember anything. I don't know why, but it feels like that. Soldier. I mean, I like history. I really do. Let's go with the archaeologist.
Oh, you're an archaeologist? Then you'll definitely want to hear this. I don't know if it's exactly what you're looking for, but there are some ruins just behind you. Roman, I think. I need you to go in there and see if you can find a guy named Al for me. He went in there a few hours ago, and he hasn't come out. I've been freaking out, wondering if he's trapped or injured or worse. I would have gone in after him, but he made me promise to stay here, no matter what. There's no way I'm leaving without him, so I'm just kind of stuck here, waiting. What I mean is, I was hoping you wouldn't mind going in there to find him? If you can do that, I can get both of you back to civilization in my boat. Please?
Sure. Mind if I ask you some questions first?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I don't mean to be pushy. What do you want to know?
What's the story? Who is Al? Where are we? Can you tell me about the ruins? We tried to call for help.
Not much, really. But imagine what you might find in there. Priceless ancient artifacts. Al...
Yeah, this kind of feels like a setup. Have you tried to call him for help?
What am I, an idiot? You could hike a long, long way in any direction and never find another soul. Trust me.
Where are we?
You really don't remember? We're in Italy. This river is the Tiber.
Whistle?
He's the guy who washed up on the riverbank not long before you did. I thought maybe you two knew each other. I guess not. But maybe the two of you can piece together what you're doing here. In any case, you'll like him, I'm sure. Once you find him, that is.
It's your story.
Oh, there's not much to tell. Feels like I've spent my whole life in a dead-end job with an endless commute. Know what I mean?
You're not even going to tell me your name.
Oh, I'd rather not say if it's all the same to you.
I'd really like to know, especially if I'm going to be helping you. Why don't you want to tell me? That is a bit sus.
All right, fine. Sorry if I sounded cagey, it's just that I don't always get the best reactions when I introduce myself. My name's Karen.
Thank you for saving my life, Karen. Why didn't you want to tell me your name? All those Karen memes have really ruined that name, huh? Yeah, it kind of has.
Look, if you really want to know all the tragic details, perhaps I can fill you in after you find Al?
Sure.
Great. So you're ready to go look for Al?
Alright, I'm in.
Thank you. The entrance is just past those columns behind you. Please, hurry. Oh, and he left this here. But I think you'll need it more than I will.
Flashlight. Heavy duty, battery powered flashlight. Wait a minute, drag sand item. Okay. Quid pro quo. Enter the ruins. Human gold. Oh, so is it like a first person game? Where's the flashlight? Oh, it's up there. Okay, should we take a look around here? Like, can we find something even here? Probably not. Sprint. Okay. Turn it off. Backpack. Backpack full of worn hiking clothes and empty food packets. Nothing valuable here, but still it seems strange that I left it behind. Open it. Leave item. We can't take it with us. Nope.
If you're reading this, it means I've discovered the entrance to an ancient Roman city hidden deep underground. Its
Oh, what's happening? What happened with the voice acting?
Its existence is long forgotten. All knowledge of it lost, except in the Latin inscription here. It reads, "You who wish to enter the city, step forth and be judged. The virtuous shall be rewarded with eternal life in paradise. The wicked shall find themselves showered in gold, but in vain, for this shall be their final resting place." Could an underground city have remained a secret for all this time? Could people have survived down there, against the odds? It seems there's only one way to find out. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm somewhere on the other side. Consider this an invitation, or a warning. Alworth.
Is something in the water? I really don't want to go back there. I don't know if you can swim. Let's not. Look at this. Inspect. An ancient Roman mosaic depicting a godlike figure turning a man into gold. Golden ceiling even. This fire to quick save. F9 to quick load. Okay. That's good to know actually. We can inspect the statues. Roman woman, basically praying for help that never came. Can we inspect all the statues? No. Oh, Alice Trail. Oh. What's this? Inscribed stone tablet.
To whoever reads this, I'm sorry you had to find me like this. And worse, she'll suffer the same fate I did.
Would I?
I've spent a lifetime in this place, going around and around in circles, searching for a way out. The inscription was right. There is no way back. And here there are only two options. Death, or that godforsaken doorway into the past. I made the mistake of stepping through it. I wanted to set things right. And I tried. I really tried. Whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. Don't make the same mistake. Better to end it all now and find out what awaits you beyond that portal.
Mm-hmm. Find a doorway into the past. Roman man on his knees, as begging his gods for mercy. Huh. Remains of a human, whoever it was, died a long, long time ago. Is it the only save that we have, like manual save? No, yes, so that auto save. Okay. Forget me not. Roman relief at the beginning, a great circle portal and two women. Wonder who they could be.
Salve, friend. I'm Galerius. Mind telling me who you are and what you were doing in the Shrine of Proserpina?
I'm Olof and I just come from the future. Wait, are we speaking English? Shrine of Proserpina. I'm Olof and I got lost. Lie. Why would I lie?
Yeah, you know, agricultural goddess of springtime? You're not from around here, are you? Oh, I see what you did there. Changing the subject like that. Nice try. But I'll ask again. Who are you? And what were you doing in the shrine?
Wait, are we speaking English?
What? I'm speaking Latin. You are too, although your accent's a little strange. And you've just done it again. You're a sly one, aren't you? One more time. Who are you and what were you doing in that shrine? No idea what you're talking about. Oh, wait. Are you a bit, you know, not right in the head? That's all right, friend. Everyone's welcome here.
Seriously, what's today's date?
We sort of lose track of the date down here, but it feels like the beginning of spring to me, so I'd say early March?
What year?
It's 817 AUC. Sorry, you look confused. 817 years since the founding of Rome. Which part of the empire are you from exactly?
Okay, what is insight? So it's 65 CE.
CE? No idea what you're talking about.
Common era.
Listen, most folks seem a bit confused when they get here, but you You seem very lost, and in more ways than one. So let me make this nice and simple for you. Live by our law here, and we'll all get along just fine.
Laws?
Not laws, law. There's just one, the golden rule, and the punishment for breaking it's, well, it's kind of horrific. But our magistrate insists we take all newcomers to see him, so I guess I'll let him fill you in. So then, you coming?
Sure.
Follow me. When I first arrived, I couldn't believe there were people living down here. But, as you can see, we've got a nice little community now. Only 23 of us at the moment, if you count the 3 who are missing. No idea how, since nobody knows a way out. But it's just big and dark enough to get lost in, if you're not careful.
Aren't you going to introduce me to your handsome new friend, Galerius?
Keep it in your loincloth, Aurelia. I'm taking him to see the magistrate.
That pompous old bore won't be magistrate for much longer. Anyone who helps vote him out today drinks at my bar for free tonight.
Politics. I'd stay clear of it and her, if I were you. She's... it's not my place to say. Down on your right is our farm, where I grow all the food you'll ever want. As long as all you want is leek, cabbage, and wheat. Huh. That one usually gets a chuckle.
The bloodless shadows wander without flesh or bone.
Don't mind Livia. She means well. She's just been in a bad place since... Well, you know, I don't know what happened to her. Up here on your right is the chasm. If you've got a weapon, it belongs way down at the bottom. Up on your left is the forum, where you can visit the market or get yourself patched up in Lucretia's clinic in the Shrine of Apollo. Most of us have almost nothing, just what we had on us when we arrived, and what we've been able to make and scrounge up since. And this central plateau is where the magistrate and the other patricians live, so don't expect a warm welcome.
Galerius, you're meant to be working the farm, not trudging dirt into the villas.
Take it easy, Horatius. I was just taking our new friend here to see the magistrate.
Well, he's asked me to escort the newcomer personally. The farm. Go. Now.
You'd better go with him. But just remember, they're not like you and me. Don't let them use you.
What was that? What did you just say?
I said it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm watching you, farm boy.
Right.
Greetings, citizen. My
Greetings.
name's Horatius. Magistrate Sentius asked me to escort you to him personally. Follow me, please.
What's this about?
I expect the magistrate wants to brief you about the golden rule. It shouldn't take too long. He's busy preparing for the election later today. Follow me. The only thing you really need to understand right now is the golden rule. Let me see if I can explain it this way. When I was serving in the Legion, if there was a mutiny brewing in one cohort, the legate in charge wouldn't waste time finding the bad apples among hundreds. They just divided us into groups of 10, made us draw straws, and whoever drew the short straw had to be executed by the other 9. Didn't matter whether he'd done anything wrong. One of us in 10 would die for the crimes of the collective. We call it decimation. If that seems like rough justice to you, you're in for a rude shock. Because the golden rule is exactly 10 times worse. The magistrate can explain the rest. Who's up these stairs?
Right.
We're finally alone. I assume you already know who I am. May I know your name?
Sure.
A curious name to match a curious accent. But I digress. I see you have the piercing and astute eyes of a man of great learning. We're always happy to welcome another scholar to our little community. Equitia will be delighted to meet you, I'm sure. Now, you're probably wondering why I summoned you, and I'll get to that. But first, take a look at this wondrous place, would you? A secret city built deep in the mountains many hundreds of years ago.
It's beautiful.
Indeed. More importantly, consider the miraculous community we've built here over the last 7 months. 22 complete strangers brought together by the fates, living and working together in our own little paradise. And in all that time, not a single sin has been committed. No fights, no theft, nothing. Have you ever witnessed something so extraordinary as a city without sin?
Can't say I have.
Nor could I until I came here. But the reason for this miracle is as simple as it is terrifying. If even one person commits a sin here, every last one of us will die. You see, the builders of this place, whoever they were, left inscriptions warning, "The many shall suffer for the sins of the one." From what we can gather, breaking the law here will anger the gods and provoke a terrible punishment. Like the curses of Medusa and Midas combined, turning us all to gold. We've come to call it the Golden Rule. It's extraordinary that we've survived as long as we have, and each day I grow more and more afraid that our time in the sun is almost up. And now it seems that day is finally here. All that matters is that somebody in this city is about to break the Golden Rule. Why else would Proserpina send you now? Unless you and I can stop them, our doom is assured. I know that's a lot to take in, and you look like you have questions. Please, ask away.
What counts as a sin here?
An intelligent question. There was a good deal of debate about that in our first weeks here. Does it refer to crimes or to some other ill-defined wrong? Of course, everyone agrees on the basics. No theft, no assault, and certainly no murder. But beyond that, it was more difficult to reach a consensus. What about lying, insulting someone, blasphemy, trespass, trying to escape, bribery, infidelity, suicide? As magistrate, I had to exercise leadership, and so I made a decision. We must uphold the laws of the Empire to a standard never before seen. And we must honor the peace of the gods, the sacred accord between the gods and the people of Rome. It is only by offering the gods the proper respect that we may prosper, as Rome has for centuries.
Makes sense to me. I'm not sure if that's a good idea. What is illegal isn't always moral. That is true. And many of your laws and customs are considered barbaric where I'm from.
I'm glad you agree. The key things to remember are that we have laws forbidding treason and blasphemy, murder, assault, and rape, as well as theft and arson and so on. I have made my pronouncement on the subject. Unfortunately, there are still those here who resist, whispering blasphemous and treasonous lies in the shadows. I would be keeping a close eye on them if I were you.
What do you mean when you said Proserpina sent me?
You see, in my search for a way to save my people, I learned of an ancient ritual to Proserpina, the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. It's said to open a doorway in time so that if the unthinkable happens, one person can pass through it and travel back to the past. And when I saw you arrive in a flash of light from the goddess's shrine, I knew that person was you. You don't belong in our time, do you?
You're right. I'm from 2,000 years in the future.
2,000 years? That is unfathomable. Please, tell me, in your time. What did you see? What had become of us? Of this city?
They'd all been turned to golden statues. I didn't see anything. Oh, this is interesting. I mean, if we tell him the truth on this one, couldn't that be like a self-fulfilling prophecy? I didn't see anything. That could be like a white lie. Because I really don't think that lies are always like a bad thing. I don't know. But then again, it could also be like telling the truth could be like a warning. Let's lie here. Let's lie.
Lie all you want.
Oh.
But I see the truth.
Really? He's sharp. How does it ritually work?
All I can tell you is that it's a ritual sacrifice to Proserpina. I stumbled across instructions. I have to recite a prayer, and of course, as with all rituals, some sacrifice is involved. Usually that means wine or food, or in some cases a live animal. In this case, the sacrifice is rather more costly. The life of the person performing the ritual. I don't suppose you saw any sign of me in the future?
I did see human remains in the temple.
I assume that was me. If I'm forced to perform the ritual, it's going to cost me everything. You'll try to make sure I don't need to use it, won't you?
Sure.
Well, I suppose that's all I can ask for.
Why can't you investigate?
Well, I believe you're in the best position to go around asking people questions. You're new here, and it'll seem perfectly normal. As for me, well, it pains me to say my attempts to impose order have not earned me many friends. I fear I may not even remain magistrate after today's election. The people here would only treat my curiosity with suspicion. You shouldn't have that problem, though, unless, of course, you get off on the wrong foot.
Fair enough. Do you have any suspects?
Do you ever stare at a problem for so long that you can't see it for what it is anymore? What's needed here is a fresh pair of eyes. The less I prejudice the independence of your investigation, the better.
How do I know you're not the person responsible? Come on, tell me what you really think.
Well, all right. There are those who wish to vote me out of office so that they can pursue their own misguided political agenda. Frankly, their selfishness and recklessness risk destabilizing the entire city. I would be looking very carefully at them if I were you.
I mean, so far this doesn't seem like a bad guy. If I do this, will you help me? Will you help get me back to my own time? Do we even want to get back? Let's not ask that, at least now. That's all the questions I had. These questions will be available later, okay?
Ah, good. So, are you with me? Can I count on you to figure out who's about to break the golden rule?
Okay, so he knows that for sure that it's gonna happen. Or is he just paranoid here? It doesn't seem like I have much choice. Alright, I'm in.
Wonderful. Now, I need you to investigate the city, talk to everyone, help them if it'll win their trust. I authorize you to enter private homes and inspect possessions and documents, unless, of course, you're asked to leave. Figure out who the culprit is, and as soon as you have a name, come back and tell me immediately. Oh, and one last thing. If I were you, I'd start my investigation by visiting Lucretia at the Shrine of Apollo in the Forum. I heard wailing from there not long ago. Seems like something's not right.
This will prioritize the new quest. Show me subjective markers only. Let's see what I can do. I'll get right on it, sure. Alright, so let's save here. Saving. Why to check your quest journal? See the objective markers for given quest. Click the icon beside it. Found out what's stressing Lucretia. Alright.
Citizen?
Fear is proof of a degenerate mind.
Was that the woman that we saw? That didn't like him. Medical tools. Collection of barbaric looking medical implements, including forceps and shears.
Give me a moment. Sorry I'm such a mess. I just lost a patient and a dear friend. Julia. She was a good woman.
Wait a minute. Weren't like everybody immortal here? Or am I missing something? How did she die?
She was poisoned.
Oh.
She came in here frothing at the mouth. Normally I'd treat her with resin of silphium, a rare plant which is perfect for this sort of thing. And I knew Decius had some at his market stall, right around the corner. So I ran over there, but he just looks at me with this evil smile and says, "That'll be 1,000 denarii." There was no way I could afford that, and he knew it. Then that toad shrugs and says, "Supply and demand. I guess you don't value your friend's life that highly." Anywhere else, I'd just pay a thug to steal it from his stall, but there's no way I can do that down here with the golden rule. So all I could do is come back here and just watch her die. I kept on apologizing. And now I'll never know who poisoned her, or how they managed to do it without breaking the golden rule, or why she cursed that snake's cruel black eyes with her dying breath.
Is there something I can do to help?
Well, unless you have the power to bring someone back from the dead, there's really just one thing you can do. Get me that silphium resin. I'm going to have another patient in here soon. Could be in the next day, or in the next hour. And I will not allow this to happen again. I don't care how you get it, but you have to make it happen. Because if I lose another patient this way, I swear to the gods below, not even the golden rule will stop me from marching up to that genetricum fututo and scratching his eyes out.
Optional tell Cynthia's suspected creature. Why would I suspect her? I mean, obviously, we can steal it, of course. Standards talk.
Then you'd better get me that Sylphium quickly, hadn't you?
Can we expect anything? Motion and passive haven't changed much in the last 2 millennia. Do we have like a map? I don't think we have a map. Oh, that's gonna make it difficult. This looks busy. I should try talking to him again later.
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacius, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
That's why I've got to get in first before someone else beats me to it.
Obtain a bow. Oh.
Salve, stranger, and welcome to our idyllic little slice of the Empire. I'm Dacius. Terrible shame what happened to Yulia, but we just have to carry on, don't we?
What do you think about the golden rule?
It's terrible for inflation is what it is. There's so much gold just lying around, it's practically worthless. At least down here. Of course, I have an idea for generating real wealth, but what I need is a bow. Just a simple composite bow. I've scoured this city from top to bottom with no luck. But if you happen to find one, bring it to me and we'll talk.
Isn't the magistrate banning weapons?
Oh, well, technically yes, but that just means you'll need to be a little discreet.
I'm not doing that.
No need to decide on anything yet. Just sleep on it, yeah?
What's your story?
You mean how did I end up here? That is a lengthy tale. Alright. Well, you see, I'm in the business of procuring rare and precious objects liberated from the enemies of Rome. Mostly sculptures, vases, the occasional slave, fetch a magnificent price in Roman high society. Had myself a nice little shop in Rome just off the Forum. Lots of foot traffic and close to the docks. Good place to be when the fires broke out. See, about 7 months ago, half of Rome caught on fire. Everyone who couldn't get to an outer gate was running for the river, hoping to escape by barge. So I gathered my coins and some priceless vases into a cart and had my most loyal slave girl, pretty young thing named Acantha, push it for me. All the way down to the river, I'm elbowing through a stampede of people, turning back now and then to make sure she hasn't legged it with my valuables. But, to my surprise, we make it, and I see this barge loading up, and it's so full it's almost sinking. But the captain's happy to take my coin, so I start boarding, and then he puts his hand on my chest and he says, "No, too heavy. The cart or the girl." So I did what anyone would have done.
It shows a girl, right?
The girl? Weren't you listening? All my valuables or the girl? I mean, I can always buy a new slave girl if I still have my money. So I put my hand on the cart, and I guess she realised what was happening because those pretty black eyes of hers go all wide. And in one swift motion, she topples the whole bloody thing into the Tiber. No, I dived in after it, of course. Aren't you paying attention? That was a bloody fortune. Only, I guess I must have hit my head or something, because everything went black. When I came to, I'd washed up on the riverbank, not far from here, with nothing in the world but a single silver coin. I couldn't agree more. I mean, sure, I'd lost a few thousand denarii, but I've already made it back, and this place is a veritable treasure trove. Look around you. There must be more gold in here than in the treasury of Rome. if I can just figure out how to get it out of here.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I need some silphium resin.
Certainly. All I ask is a reasonable price of 1,000 denarii.
I have 0.
Oh, it's perfectly legal. Simply a question of supply and demand, I'm afraid. Take it or leave it.
I mean, we can't just take it. How would I come up with 1,000 denarii?
That's hardly my concern. But if you get a job, work hard and save your coins, you should be able to afford it within, say, 5 years? Very well. Perhaps I can interest you in something within your budget?
Who are we going to vote for?
Malleolus. I mean, Centius couldn't even keep his daughter safe. What hope does he have of protecting us?
But we can probably like... Could we use this to get what we want? Like, if we vote the same as him, I'd like you to vote for Centius.
Certainly. I'm afraid not. If you're desperate, I did hear that Aurelia down at the tavern claims to know of a way out, but I'm not sure I trust her. Some people here are a little shady for my liking.
You're a lot of shady.
Oh yeah, gotta watch out. Old Dacius has got your back though.
Yeah, right.
Very well. Another time.
Locked. Shopping list. List of things this is plans to buy once he's escaped. Villa on the Aventine. Rome. 2-horse chariot. Seat on the Senate. 4-horse chariot. Villa on the Bay of Naples. 10-horse chariot. Slave girls. Pale and plump. Like, why are statues in here? That's a bit strange. Terrarium.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune.
Great temple. Yeah.
Welcome to my humble store. Greetings, I'm Georgius. It gladdens me to see another foreigner in our midst. We must stick together, you and I. And I must say, my sartorial friend, your clothing is most extraordinary. Leather boots in place of sandals, trousers with precise stitching, and such a curious design. I have traveled distant trade routes from the markets of Damascus to the farms of India, and never have I seen anyone dressed quite like you. Tell me, I must know, from which exotic part of the world do you hail?
My nation doesn't exist yet. From beyond the edge of the nano-world. You'd never believe me if I told you.
And now you have me more intrigued than before. But since it appears you do not wish to share, I will wait until we are better friends. We will have much time here to get to know one another. But for now, do you require assistance? I know you do not require clothing, so information perhaps?
What's your story?
My story? How kind of you to ask. I am a tailor and I run the humble shop in the forum. A good question. A very good question indeed. And I would be happy to tell you if only I could remember it clearly myself. remember I had just been to Rome to sell an extraordinary selection of wares, and drowning in coin, I decided to celebrate my success. I rented a prestigious villa by the Tiber, invited over a few select friends, and we began making our way through some of the most exquisite wine money could buy. Quite a lot of it, in fact. Now, I have had visions and awoken in strange places before. I have even found myself naked in the desert sands more than once, but none of that compares to this. This time, I remember people screaming, then falling into a void as empty as time before creation, gasping for air, and then nothing. When I regained my faculties, I was lying naked by the banks of the Tiber, gods know how many miles from my villa.
So you floated down the Tiber.
Indeed. I'm lucky I was carrying a little extra weight. I believe it kept me afloat. In any case, it seems I'd been rescued and resuscitated by a benevolent stranger. I went to find firewood for his campfire, stumbled across a cave, and discovered that trapdoor temple. And here I am.
Why set up a tailor shop here?
You mean to say, with all the turmoil and terror of the Golden Rule, and so few customers, why bother setting shop at all?
Yes, more or less.
I'll tell you, it is precisely because of the Golden Rule that I wish to remind my friends of the importance of looking one's best. I say, the more of our customs we preserve down here, the more we can preserve a semblance of normality, the better our chances of keeping our heads. Don't you agree?
Fair enough.
Anything you like.
Do you know a way out of here?
Not so loud. What are you playing at? Have you not been told about the last attempt?
Nope.
Oh, then I suppose this duty falls to me. Ah, it is a long story. Of course, the first question any of us asks when we first arrive is, how do I escape? It is only natural after all. And scaling the chasm wall is out of the question, for it is simply too steep and too far. But as they say, if the wind fails, use the oars. And here the second option is to leave the way we came in, through the shaft above the bathhouse. See, the shaft is quite high, but if one gathered up enough wood, one could make a series of ladders and climb one's way out. They have! I am getting to that. There was an attempt, made by resourceful fellows who lived here some years ago. They even decided to keep records of their escape attempt for posterity. Unfortunately, as soon as they began to carry the first ladder down the hallway, they heard a godlike voice shake the entire city, and that, tragically, is where their tale ends. So it seems that to merely attempt escape is to invite the wrath of whichever god oversees this place, and so I say it is best to not even discuss it aloud.
Got it, thanks. What do you think about the Golden Rule?
Ah, yes. The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. As a Greek, this is nothing new to me. It is how our gods operate.
Fair enough. What are we going to vote for?
That, my friend, is quite the dilemma. But after some reflection, I'm leaning toward voting for Malleolus. I do not enjoy the thought of another visit from Domitius if I voted the wrong way.
Optional Sentius, you suspect Domitius.
Nothing comes to my mind, my friend.
Okay.
I hope that our paths cross again soon, my friend. This part of my shop is off limits, even for you, my sartorial friend.
So we really haven't gotten a lot of clues. Oh. Oh, we can we steal it?
You look well, my sartorial
Oh, we can
friend.
steal it. But we are not, of course. No way. Nope. You're not gonna be that stupid. Who?
Salve, Dooley. How are you doing today?
I'm sad. Am I going to die?
I don't think so, my friend. It's election day today. Perhaps our new magistrate will be kinder than Sentius and let you out.
I hope so. Galerius, what happens when you die?
You're not going to die anytime soon, Dooley.
My mother told me, when you die, a ferryman helps you cross a river, and your spirit lives on in the underworld. Is that true?
Well, yes, but...
Is it true that if you were good, you get to go to Elysium, but if you were bad, you get punished forever and ever in Tartarus?
Something...
Is this Tartarus?
But if I die and go to Tartarus, because they say I've been bad.
I'm not going to let that happen to you, Dooley. I promise.
Thank you, Galerius. Thank you.
Now, I have more work to do, but I'll visit you again soon, alright?
Alright, Galerius. See you then.
Dooley's note. Not from Dooley, protesting his innocence. I did not do it. Huh.
Hello?
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 What's your story?
My name's Dooley. I live here now because I got in trouble and they said they had to lock me up.
What did you do?
I don't know. I don't remember things so good. I think it's just because I was looking for treasure.
Did somebody think you were going to steal?
Yes, but I wasn't. I was just looking. They said I did it more than once, but I can't remember things so good. Then they called me mean names. They called me a liar, Billy.
Liability?
Yes. They said I have to live here now, and gave me this letter. But I'm not good with words. Do you think you could read it for me?
Maybe. Letter from Sentius to Dooley. Summary. Magistrate Sentius explains Dooley was locked up to prevent him from trespassing. I'm writing to you in relation to your incorrigible and dishonorable behavior arising from your obsession with an alleged lost treasure. Well, I am sympathetic to your plight and the passing of your guardian Hannibal some weeks ago. I wish to impress upon you an important message. The treasure you seek does not exist. Given your memory limitations, it seems likely you simply misremembered. More importantly, as you have on several occasions been caught trespassing during around the cisterns, which are strictly off limits to all citizens, I have reluctantly come to the conclusion that your liability to this community and must have your freedom limited as you break the golden rule. It is my hope that this letter will assist you to remember where you're incarcerated should you experience further lapses in memory. So, wait a minute here. So he hasn't actually stolen anything, right? He's just looking for something. Or am I missing something? Possession. I mean, if he had stolen it, wouldn't that have broken the golden rule already? So, next page. the small pages? No.
Don't you just love springtime?
Reading mode. And that's it. Take item.
What does it say?
I said that caught it trespassing several times and they locked you up to stop you breaking the golden rule.
My treasure.
What treasure?
My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then, he died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, I had to find something very precious hidden away. He gave me this key and made me promise to keep it safe until I found the treasure. But I couldn't find it. All I remember is he said something about the cisterns. But when I went up to the high one, they put me in here. Now nobody looks after me. Except my friend Galerius. And Ek, the priestess lady. She's a nice lady.
If you give me the key, I can try to find out what it unlocks.
Hannibal said I shouldn't give it to anyone I didn't trust. But maybe you could help me get out of here. Then I would trust you a lot.
And if I talk to the magistrate about getting you out of here, the magistrate put you here for a reason. I don't think he's gonna let him out. I doubt that.
Galerius already tried that. He said the magistrate wouldn't listen, no matter what.
Maybe I'll just break you out. I guess we could vote in another magistrate and maybe he would let him out. Like, would breaking him out, would that break the golden rule? It wouldn't, I think. But it still might be a bad thing to do.
Like, Galerius? He's nice. I like Galerius. He made me a doll and everything. If you help make him magistrate, he can get me out of here and I can give you the key to my treasure. Hannibal said it was in the cisterns. I can't remember what it was.
Like, how many candidates do we have?
It was
at least 3, right?
And very precious.
This will prioritize the quest. I'll see what I can do. No way out of here. What do you think about the golden rule?
Gold? You mean treasure? My friend Hannibal used to look after me. He said he always would. But then...
You told us this.
He died. It was very sad. He said, if anything ever happened to him, he gave me this key. And all I remember is he said, now nobody look. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna have to call it here for the first episode, but I'm really enjoying this. This is really cool. And another thing, like, I don't mind if you like talk about the game in the comment section or anything, because I'm not gonna be spoiled anyway. Because by the time I upload the first episode, I will have finished the game already. So, because I don't want to get spoiled either with this. So, yeah. If you like this, please leave a like and a comment, subscribe if you will, and thank you for watching. Bye bye.